Hello Aries, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship. This could have been in the past. It could be a current relationship. Wow. A lot of wonderful energy here, Aries. This could also be a situationship. Could also be a connection where you've met somebody and you know there's a whole lot of energy, but no one's really speaking up. Wow. This is quite a beautiful reading. There is love and romance here. It's beautiful. But we have two cards that are dark, but the rest of it, the good here outweighs the negative. It is so wonderful, these cards. We have here feelings and emotions followed by laughter, pleasure, love, wild woman, illness, wellness, awakening, sensuality, and then we have nourishment. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme, we have here compassion. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Aries, the connection that I have with you, I realize now that it's more intense. I have feelings and emotions towards you. In my mind, in my heart, I've been traveling a long dark tunnel, but you have been that guiding light, that one flame that burns bright, and I hold you close simply because you keep me warm, you make me feel safe, and you guide me to clearer days, happier days. I have feelings and emotions for you if and when you are happy, I am happy. And when you are sad, my world falls apart and I don't know what to do about it. I feel a whole lot of energy in this connection where you and I are best friends. You're my confidant. I can talk to you about anything and not fear that you're going to judge me. You know what makes me laugh. You know what makes me tick. You know what makes my heart happy. And I also feel, and I have recognized, a whole lot of pleasure in this connection. The pleasure that I feel, it is emotional but also spiritual. It is strong and it is sweet. I have this feeling towards you now, and it doesn't stop. This is a growing sense of love, where now it's shifted. My love for you, it is unconditional. This love is sacred. It is true. It is clean and pure. I am in love with you, deeply. And yet I know there have been certain things that I've done that have gone against what you have believed in. I know that I have not been truthful. In this connection, there has been a sense of suspicion, lies and deceit, deception, wanting to move forward but unable in doing so. I don't feel that I can move on this way. I know that I've tried to be sneaky, and I've tried to trick you, and there has been behavior that was not very truthful. But I do love you. The reason why I behaved in this way, it's simply because there are certain things that are weighing me down below the surface of this water, where I find myself drowning in a sea of sadness, living in depression, despair, and desperation, not being able to go above the surface of this water and see your shining face. For me, you are the sun. But there are boundaries, restrictions, constraints, trauma, and burdens that have been weighing me down. These are external circumstances that don't allow me to be with you the way that I want to, despite the way I feel. Yes, I have been sneaky and I've tried to be clever. But the truth is, no matter what I do, I am stuck in a situation and I can't change that. These are my circumstances. And I have realized I'm starting to see things from your perspective now. Seeing and viewing things from your lens. I've come to the realization that you are somebody who is just so sensual. And I dream of you. And I fantasize about you. You are so alluring, so charming. Your personality, your charisma, your talents. It's astonishing. And you inspire me on so many levels. I feel honored to have been in the company of you. There's a part of me now that recognizes you as someone who can fulfill everything for me. Emotionally, spiritually, and physically, I see that you are that individual who can fulfill all of my needs. You are the perfect mate. You're the perfect partner. Overall, I know that I've not been so truthful in this connection. And I know I've put you in some pretty tight spots. I understand what I've done, and I do have sympathy and empathy for the position that I put you in. I know it shouldn't have happened, and I know I shouldn't have done it, but it did happen. And unfortunately, I was the one involved. I feel right now that things need to change. I realize I am in love with you, but what is the use of that if I can't be with you? Is there any use? The impression that I've made on you, that may not change. But it's important for you to know how much I do love you. I consider you my friend, my lover, my guide in life. Even though I have behaved in this way, and even though there are restrictions that block me from coming towards you the way that I would like to. For now, all I can say is that I miss you. I have this feeling of friendship, where I'd want to build memories with you, simply because I do have feelings and emotions for you. All right, Aries. Wow. You have some cards here that are simply just beautiful and magical. They're so gorgeous. So in this entire deck, you guys see how big this deck is. There's only 2 cards that I see in this deck that are related to love and affection, but extreme, intense love and affection. There's the love card and there's the feelings and emotions card. These 2 cards, even if one comes up, it's a good thing. Here you got both. So your person of interest, Aries, really is in love with you. It's just that there are some circumstances that they are in and they are unable to break free from that, which is why they're unable to be with you. Yes, they may have lied to you before. They may have been a bit tricky, trying to do things behind the scenes. Whatever it was, that does exist, and that's in the past. But currently, your person of interest has a hell of a lot of emotions for you. They do love you a lot, and they are extremely attracted to you. Wow. All right. We have here the Lover's Path Tarot. So why do I look at this deck? I like to, oh boy, okay. Desire. Why do I look at this deck? I like to have a look at this deck to see what happened a little bit in the past. So the first deck that I just read, that is the current status. The feelings and emotions that exist right now. Here, with this deck, I read it in the reverse and I go a little bit back in time to see what happened in the past that may have caused the issue in the first place. So things were going great, but then all of a sudden something happened, what happened, and your person of interest is not talking to you anymore. This could be that they just faded, they ghosted you, they may not be communicating as much as they used to. There's a sense of you wanting closure, and here there was a lack of closure. So there's a desire to have that. Let's have a look. The 8 of Cups and desire. So please keep in mind I do read this in the reverse. Because of the intensity of this card, 8 of Cups, I'm going to read the entire description here. This talks about leave taking, so taking a leave of absence, disillusionment with love, and transitions. The time to move on was needed. The need for more substance in life, whether that be a more satisfying relationship or a more authentic way of life. Your person of interest here was lingering too long in a difficult and a superficial situation. There was uncertainty about a relationship, whether they should stay or whether they should leave. There were doubts. All right. So it does appear here that something was happening. What was happening? Something happened in this connection where there was a desire to be in a connection, but when this individual was in this specific connection, they felt a sense of superficiality. It was not satisfying enough because it wasn't authentic. You see, authentic. Why? Because you had the sneaky card, right? Wild woman. There was a bit of sneaky behavior here. Something happening behind the scenes that shouldn't have been. They were lingering too long. So for a while, they were in this connection, but they were also having these doubts. And that is why all of a sudden one day, boom, they're just gone. They felt uncertain about this relationship, whether they should actually stay or leave. They were having a lot of doubts. Now, when you have that, how would an individual act? Typically, an individual will start to take a step back, and they will not engage as much as they used to. It's because they felt that at some point in time, it wasn't as real as it should have been, as it could have been. Here we have desire. This is a very lustful card, and so it does talk about how one may feel towards the other. We have here a sense of movement, fate, transition, and change. That's what was needed. However, we have here a lack of movement, fate, not really wanting to change, not a whole lot of transition. Being pulled by desire, the movement into the next phase of life. If you are feeling impatient, don't worry. Transitions will go smoothly, as they are meant to be. In the reverse, this talks about impatience, trapped by desires that feel unquenchable, inconvenient timing, disregard or insensitivity to the importance around yourself. Now, it's interesting here, it talks about trapped by desires that feel unquenchable, so no matter how many times this person may have you or you may have them, it's just not enough. It doesn't stop. It's in a very, very intense connection. Inconvenient timing is crucial here. Why is that? Because the timing really messes things up. Either you guys should have met, ideally, practically, realistically, months ago or years ago, or maybe even far into the future. But the timing here is very inconvenient. Some of you may be working on something else, and so you have to move far away. Or somebody here may be in a connection with someone else. They may be in a relationship with another. Could be a third party. And so the timing is very inconvenient. Where have you been all my life? Why don't you show up now? That sort of thing. It does talk about how there's the sense of impatience, but they're being pulled by desire. So this is something that happened in the past, but it still exists right now, and that's why there is this hesitation with the illness wellness card. They are unable to move forward because of certain things that have happened in the past and the circumstances that surround this individual. It really does block them and it stops them from moving forward. All right. We have here the Beginner's Tarot. These are any actions, any plans, any intentions your person of interest may have towards you in the coming future. What's going on here? A lot is changing. Yep, the Devil card. My goodness. I don't like what I see. This is a situation that's a little complicated now. There is a whole lot of love, lust, and desire. And commitment, the desire to have commitment, but there's a lot of problems occurring. Because of the distance between the both of you, you both have changed quite a bit. Your person of interest here went on a journey of their own, and it didn't work out for them. We have here the Five of Cups. First of all, your person of interest knows that because of them, this situation turned into a crap show. Something happened in this connection. They reacted in a different way, and so it did not turn out the way it should have, and that is a problem. We have here someone who is crying over spilled milk. Certain things that have happened in the past, this situation turned into what it was because of them. This is how they feel. They also feel that they have these Two of Cups. They don't even recognize or see that they have an opportunity to actually reach out to you, and yet they are in this state of sorrow, regret, remorse, sadness, melancholy. Their mindset is like this, and they cannot change that perspective. It just revolves around them over and over again. They can't get out of that mindset. Here we also have the Six of Swords. Certain things in the past that had happened It was very rough waters, rough terrain, and nothing was going smoothly. In this connection, there has been a lack of understanding and a lack of clarity on a certain amount of things. The problem here is that this person wants to move forward now. One of the issues is by them moving forward, they're not really gaining any understanding as to what happened in the past. There's only use with this card to move forward if an individual wants to learn more, or they want to gain some wisdom. The problem here is that they're moving forward just for the sake of moving forward. They're not actually gaining anything from it in terms of learning emotions, learning a lesson. But what are they wanting to move forward to? Here they're looking at the devil. The devil card is up next. They're moving towards passion and lust, heat. This is how this person feels about you. They feel very passionate. They feel sexually addicted to you. They are addicted to you. They feel the passion. They feel the love. But they want it in terms of a temptation. This is a temptation. It is very strong. It is a desire that this person has on the inside to be with you intimately. This is an individual who is suffering now with obsession, inner turmoil, sensual desires that are beyond one's control, wanting to be in control and having that feeling of envy, seeing that other people are with you, but they don't like that. They want to be the one who's with you. We also have fear with this card. A sense of not really feeling so sure about oneself. That sense of fear here exists, and it is also hesitation. Because it's so intense, it's almost like the fire. I'm seeing a fire right now, like a fire pit. The fire is wonderful and it's warm, and you want to put your hands close to it, but you can't grab it because it's just too hot, and yet you want to be close to it. That's sort of the feeling that I'm seeing from this individual, that you are so desirable that they want to have you, but if they do, they feel like they're going to get burned. Yeah, they feel like they'll get burnt. So that is a problem, because there's that, oh gosh, it's a 1980s thing. Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. That's sort of what I'm seeing here. So they feel that it's difficult to be with you and it's difficult to be without you, but their life cannot move on without you. This is how they feel. We also have, no matter where they go, no matter what they do, even if they try to pretend or try to avoid the topic of you, something happens and they are always reminded of you. They feel a spiritual bond between the both of you, but they also feel that you're bound together. Here we also have the 10 of Swords. Your person of interest had, I'm seeing the word hiatus, they had taken some time off and they had traveled. This is just metaphorically speaking. Emotionally, spiritually, they may have just left the connection. And what ended up happening is they were thinking the grass was greener on the other side, but it turned out it was not. It was just artificial. It looked nice. And then they came back. But by the time they came back, the world had stabbed them in the back 10 times. 10 of Swords, their face is down on the ground, and now they feel defeated. But they also feel that they have completely learned a lesson. They have learned more about the world. Usually from this card, there's a realization that a new day is dawning, and the person may just rise up. What are they going to do when they rise up? They are going to dust themselves off and be a completely new individual, and these cards are totally going to change by the next reading, most likely. Here we also have the overall arching theme. Nine of Pentacles. Your person of interest here sees you as somebody who has moved on in life. You have changed. You've become a bit older and wiser. And they see you as someone who can take care of themselves now. They see you as independent, self-reliant, self-sufficient. You don't need them. You don't need anybody. But because of this, it also creates a little bit of intimidation. Sometimes someone may want someone who is dependent on them. They use that as an excuse to still have one in the relationship. But here, it's simply just that they see you have moved on. You are quite different from how they remembered you from before. But they do admire you. Aries, do I see this person taking any action towards you in any of these cards? Nope, I don't. They're not taking action towards you. But what kind of intentions and plans do they have? They're actually working on themselves right now. I see they're working on themselves. This is a lot of contemplation, wanting to move on, but still having you, obsessing over you and their mind, and also feeling defeated, trying to be that person who's been there, done that. This person feels, you know what? No matter what I did, it just really didn't turn out my way. So no, I don't see, Aries, this person taking any initiative right now, any steps towards you, but I do see them taking steps towards themselves to make themselves better, a better individual, somebody who is perhaps more wiser, somebody who is healed, somebody who knows where this connection should be headed. All right. I have your Archangel answer cards. Just going to do a quick prayer. All right. So these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. Last card. So the last card here is a year from now, and please don't shoot the messenger, metaphorically speaking. I know some of you really get ticked off when you see that card, but in this deck, it only goes up to a year from now. It does not go up to like 3 years or 5 years from now. If it's meant to be, it will happen. If it's supposed to happen next year, it will happen next year. The year after, I've done readings where things haven't changed for people for at least 5-6 years. So that does happen. Here we have perfect timing. Anything that is supposed to happen in this connection, the timing will be perfect. It's supposed to happen in divine timing. So it will happen when it's supposed to happen. If you believe, if you put that intention, if you put that positive vibe into it, and if you know it's practically possible, then yes, this can happen for you. This can come true. There is something better than the situation that you are in right now, Aries. Right now, there's a certain mindset, a certain situation that you're stuck in. You might think it may be like this, it may stay like this forever, but the angels here are saying that there's something better than the situation that you're in. Especially when it comes to this person. They're also saying here, ask for help from others. Now, by asking help from others, this could be friends, it could be family members, people that you trust. Talking about this situation, how to handle such a situation. It is important for you to remain positive and get more information. There you have it. Now, the card get more information usually comes up when there's a lack of information in this connection. There are certain things that you need to know that you are unaware of, and once you know them, you will start to reevaluate the situation and be able to make your choices and to be able to move on in a better way. Here we also have a year from now. So you see how there was all those cards that I just read, and there was not a lot of movement, but there was a lot of thought. This person thinks very slowly. They are very slow. But it's because they do care and they don't want to rush into anything. They do love you. They're in love with you. And they have a lot of passion for you. But it will take them literally from now until the next few months or even a year to completely change their personality. So changing one's personality, that doesn't happen over weeks or even months. It might take years. They are going to try to reach out to you at some point in time. When that happens, it'll be a year from now. By getting more information, what type of information is this? You can ask your friends. You can even have a look online, do some research. The information that you may need might be about your situation, what type of situation you are in, what arguments have you've been having with this person, what type of circumstances are they in, and how can you tackle that and handle that. So it's certain types of information that you might not have thought of before. Your friends might tell you, your family members, whoever you're going to be talking to might tell you. But also, if there's an external resource like a book or a video or something, that might help you as well. The bottom line here is get more information, which means there's a lack of information that you have that's not really creating a lot of clarity here. You don't have that clarity, you don't have that understanding, and that's why this card came up, to get more information regarding the situation that you were in with the specific individual. We also have here the overall arching theme, you are ready. So this card is beautiful. It talks about how you are ready going forward emotionally, spiritually, and physically. You are able to tackle anything that comes to you. Aries, that is your reading. Please keep in mind, be careful who you confide in. Make sure that these people are not jealous. Avoid the jealous type, and just talk to those that you do trust. We have here 2 cards, if you believe and remain positive. I'd recommend that some of you get the chakra checkup package or the self-help guide, which is the Holy Light package. Once you get that, you'll be able to get rid of negative energies from your home, around your aura, and inside of your chakra centers, which is inside of your body. Please have a look at my website. I still do have some packages that are available. This is the past life package. Sometimes it could be, disclaimer, a future life reading, which means that you are scheduled to be together 100 years from now, 500 years from now. Some point in the future, you're supposed to be together. But average is past life readings. So for example, I would say like 3 to 4% have been future life. It's a surprise to me as well. I didn't know that existed. However, the majority of it is always past life. I do those readings because it really does show you what has happened in the past and how it is affecting you now, or what type of story you have together, what connection you have spiritually, and how that affects you in this lifetime currently. Also, I have love readings, my express love readings, where you get a PDF and an audio. And I also have the chakra checkup package, which is something that I do recommend for some of you right now. I see that there's a lot of negativity inside and around this entire situation, and it has accumulated and brought in more negative energies. And when I talk about negative energies, I'm talking about jinns, demons, evil spirits, that kind of stuff. This stuff for me is kind of normal now. That's why I have these packages. I have the ability with the help of my angel guide to see in your dwelling, wherever you live, how many negative energies you have around your aura and inside of your body, which is your chakra centers. So I tell you what you have, how many you have, and I also teach you how to get rid of them. That's very important, to get rid of negative energies, because then you will be able to bring in all that is needed, all that is good. Because right now, these things block it from coming in. You can't manifest if you have negative energies on the road. You have to push them aside so the road is clear. Also, I have another channel called Asnointia Audio. You can see the link below. I have a few videos up there. They have some playlists. Some of them are on past life and spiritual connections. I have another playlist on relationships and advice on relationships based on their feelings and emotions, because I'm able to see that. A lot of people don't talk about it. Also, I have one that I uploaded a while ago that's on negative energies. What and who are negative energies? How to recognize and remove such things. All right. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you guys again. Take care. Stay safe. And also, forgot to mention, please let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated, simply because I do read the comments as much as I can, and your stories and the situations that you are in. These are inspiring, and also they motivate me to create more content on the other channel. I see a lot of trends, a lot of patterns. I see that many people go through the same things. So it is very helpful, but it's also a way of you getting it out there, venting, talking, and there are others that will sometimes comment, and they give you advice as well. That's why I've left the comments open. All right. You all take care. Stay safe. I'll see you guys again. Bye now.